Welcome to the Wright Sports Show. Today we have a lot of guests coming to our show. First of all, before we even start, I want to give a big congrats to West Hills Community College Coalinga. All right, this year alone, they have defeated all of every game we played this year. I was a coach for West Hills, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and put us some accolades out there. We was conference champions, and I just want to give a big shout out to Coach Cameron Olsen and the staff there. They did a wonderful job. As you can see on the screen, as we got there, the conference defensive player of the year was Caleb Wilson, and he did an awesome job there. We have all conference first team, all conference, Siobhan Prince, DeAnthony Cross, DeAndre Fuller, Michael Taliulu, Tucker Haig, Mason Moe, Wes Saleh, Tashad Charity, and Cam Nagamis. First of all, I just want to say congratulations, okay? But this show is geared to all the community here in the Central Valley. I just want to make sure I get around town. If you don't even know about my show, you will know within a couple months. Trust me, because I'll be all over the place with my media team, okay? So we'll be right in this commercial, and next up will be Walt Gonzalez.
Need a dentist? Call Dr. David Wright at 559-222-6213 or visit bitemedental.com. Get solar power for your home. Email Dan Siemens at legacypower.com or call 559-312-5011. Rethink your drink with independent Javita member Christine Levin. Call 559-301-5177 and get healthy and wealthy.
For information on author Steve Hammond's Rise of the Penguin saga, visit www.riseofthepenguins.net.
Mike Briggs Properties sells homes in the Tower District and throughout Fresno and the Valley. Did you know we also sell businesses? Why work to build someone else's business when you could build your own? The small businesses we have for sale include restaurants, professional practices, and you can even own your own TV show. This week's featured businesses include an established Pizza by the Slice business in the heart of the Tower District, and also available a laundromat in Van Ness Village. If you are interested in owning a business, call Mike Briggs Properties at 486-6758 and ask for details.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back to the Wright Sports Show. Today, our first guest, very, very vital to our community when it comes to health and fitness. Let's welcome Walter Gonzalez of Synergy Personal Training. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. So tell me a little bit about your business and what you do for our community.
Okay, so at Synergy Personal Training, we have a team of 14 trainers, 7 coaches for our boot camp program. And what it is that we do is, whether it be one-on-one training or whether it be small group training, we help people wherever they're at meet their fitness goals and meet their health goals, help them stay on track, hold them accountable to living a healthier lifestyle.
Okay, now with today's obesity rate, we all know how that goes. The city schools took out PE and stuff of that nature. So how do you deal with that? Do you have a lot of teenagers or young kids that come work out? Or?
Unfortunately, we do. We do have a lot of young people that need that help, that need that accountability, and that need that direction. You know, it's expensive to buy a salad at a fast food place, but it's cheap to buy a hamburger. So what are people being fed? They're being fed the food that's the cheapest, unfortunately. Okay. So we do see a lot of kids that need help.
Okay, so knowing that I played a little bit of football somewhere in my life, right? there's people out there in the community that's watching the show,
Right.
and there's guys that are aspiring to get to that level. Is there anything you can tell those guys about, how to stay fit and where to come and where to go to meet their goals?
Right. Well, the starting point is having somebody hold you accountable, because when you're in a sports program, you're being held accountable by your coaches. Thereafter, as you know, people put on weight right after they get done playing. They relax. They don't have that accountability anymore. So one way that people can hold themselves accountable to staying healthy, staying fit, is by recruiting a personal trainer, or by having a network of individuals that are health-minded, surrounding yourself with health-minded individuals. Because if you don't, you're going to be a sum of the 5 closest people to you, and if they're all fat, chances are you're fat too.
You hear that, folks? This is from an expert that's wearing the nice V-neck. Trust me. But serious note, I have an organization, the California Dawgs Football Developmental Program, and we brought some guys over to your facility, and they loved it. And I just want you to let the audience know also, if there's some trainers out there that maybe don't have a home and they're looking for somewhere to go, could you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. At Synergy, we have teams of independent contractors. So I am not a boss. I'm just the one that owns the place and has a team of individuals that come in and work with us. And our goal is to help trainers build themselves. So we all work with each other. We all help each other out. And it's a good, that's the definition of synergy, the sum of more than one parts working together to create a better whole. So that's why what we do at Synergy with our trainers is develop them, build them, help them grow into hopefully 6-figure trainers as well.
That's perfect. All right, folks, we're going to go to commercial. We'll have more of Walt when we come back on the D. Wright Community Sports Show.
Need a dentist? Call Dr. David Wright at 559-222-6213 or visit bitemedental.com. Gray's delicious, nutrient-dense, 100% organic raw milk from Organic Pastures. Visit organicpastures.com or call 1-877-RAW-MILK.
I was an addict, an opiate addict.
3 years clean in October.
I was renewed at the Fresno Rescue Mission. My mom, who does a lot of cooking, has been part of the rescue mission, has been willing to help teach people to make jams and jellies and other food.
The Fresno Rescue Mission,
And I believe that downtown Fresno needs a renewal as well. Tree of Life Cafe represents new, healthy growth in downtown Fresno. I've seen men and women go through rehab programs. They want to start a new life. And yet when they get out on the street, they find it very difficult to get a job. Nobody will give them a chance. That's what this cafe is designed to do.
You will be like family to us. We will serve you our home-cooked food made with farm-fresh produce that comes from farmers right here in our valley.
We love downtown Fresno.
Sunshine Natural Health in Tulare, California is your source for nature's best remedies. Call Sunshine Natural Health at 559-688-2063 and get healthy.
If you're considering a reverse mortgage in the Central Valley or just want more information, contact Jerry Carmichael. She's experienced and, more important, she's local. Call 559-903-6903.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back. So we have Walt Gonzalez here from Synergy Personal Training. We was just talking about some health and what we can do to keep the community healthy, especially here in Fresno. It's really not a big city, but it's big enough to where, we may forget that we must live healthy, okay? We must do things to live longer. So this segment, every single week, every time I have a show and it's live, Walt will always have a segment that's going to call it Health Matters, okay? So he's going to talk on some important issues, and we're going to start off with the women, okay, and the solutions. Walt?
So what we have on a regular basis when we have our female clients come in is they obviously want to lose weight. And the majority of the time when you ask them why do they want to lose weight, it's because a doctor told them to, or because they don't feel that they feel good in their clothing and whatnot. So the goal with working with people is to both help them feel better about themselves, but also help them live a longer quality of life. And what we're seeing more and more is that quality of life is where we need to put more of the focus. So with our training programs, our goal is not to help them just lose the weight. It's to help teach them valuable skill sets, valuable information that is going to help them prolong this far after they stop training or move on to another place, whatever it may be. We want them to take what we've taught them with them into their later years and live a better quality of life.
And that's awesome, because we have a lot of single mothers in the valley, and a lot of women out there. Don't get discouraged, just stay positive, and that's why we will have that segment. So you will learn different techniques. You'll learn what it is to stay positive, as you may think the world is ending because you may have kids and stuff like that. It's not ending. This guy, he's an expert at what he do, and he will always be on the show to help. Now, this is a touchy subject, the men, because we're masculine and we think that we know it all. So tell us some things about the men.
This is the way it goes with the guys that come in, whether they're former athletes or whether they're those weekend warriors. The weekend warriors are the ones that I like the most. So what happens with them is they come in and their doctor told them they need to lose weight. Their wife, has nagged them enough times for them to come in and lose some weight. So they come in and they're like, I can do this, I got this. They make it through about 5, maybe 10 minutes of a little bit of circuit training, and they crash because either they're used to lifting weights or they're used to hitting it hard right out the gate and then resting for 3, 5, 10 minutes in between each set, and that's not the way you do things. So what do? How do you stay fit, and how do you stay healthy after you're done playing sports? It's functional dynamic training. Functional meaning is it applies to whatever it is that you do on a daily basis, whether it's picking up kids, whether it's running around with friends, whether it's playing basketball on the weekends, whatever it is that you do on a regular basis, we want to make you functionally fit so that you can take that with you on the go, so to speak.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're going to wrap it up with Walt, but Walt, tell the audience where everyone can get in touch with you.
Absolutely. So first off, for social media purposes, you can find us on our Synergy Facebook page. So on Facebook, Synergy Personal Training and Boot Camp is where you'd want to go first. We do have a website at www.synergy-pt.com, and we are located on 1st and Herndon in the 2-story building. That's the old Ray Fisher Pharmacy building above Shape Makers. That's Synergy Personal Training.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it, and see you next week.
All righty, we'll see you.
We'll be right back.
Julie Fulcher is the real estate agent for you. Contact Julie Fulcher at WeSellCaliforniaHomes.com or call 559-905-7386.
Selecting for the best employee or boss? Make an informed decision. Learn more at TeamPlayerHR.com.
Are you looking for a home to buy or have a home to sell? Call EVC Homes 559-448-6484 or visit evchomesllc.com. EVC Homes, redeveloping neighborhoods one home at a time.
Here at Central Valley Talk, we've chosen Select Business Systems to provide for our copy, print, and scanning needs. We used to think it was cheaper to purchase our own toner and maintain our own office equipment. But now, with the expertise and experience of Select Business Systems, our office workflow is running at peak performance, saving our company time and money. They've truly set us up with our new sharp multifunction copier, streamlining our office with the press of a button. To find out how you can improve your office technology, call Select Business Systems at 446-0123 or visit their website at selectsharp.com.
Every horse deserves a chance. Contact Foothill Horse Rescue at 559-797-6191 or visit foothillhorserescue.weebly.com.
Flowers and more. Bullard and Marks in Fresno. Call 440-0920 or visit thefresnoflorist.com.
Come help heal mind, spirit, and body. Treat yourself to the healing experience of Reiki. Classes available.
To learn more about Kingston Bay Senior Living, call 559-568-4048 or visit KingstonBayFresno.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com
Welcome back to the Dwayne Wright Community Sports Show. The next segment means a lot to me, all right? I was a Fresno Bulldog. I'm a Fresno State alum. I live in the community, and I'm active in the community, but I decided to start a segment. It's called the DDGT, okay? What it is Dawgs doing good things in the community. So all ex-Bulldog alumni, not just football, but basketball, all variety of sports, okay? So first up, we have my boy, Joe Boy Perez. He's a community youth leader of Tule River Indian Reservation in Tulare County. Welcome, Joe.
How's it
How you
going,
doing?
Dwayne? Good.
Nice for you to be here, man. It's been a long time, man. And
Right.
and you know, a lot of us dogs, we either go back home or stay in the community, but it seems we always stay close to our roots. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing right now.
Basically, what I do from being an ex-walk-on for Fresno State Bulldog, we shared some times together as a team, and being part of the alumni and getting back into the alumni association with a couple of other brothers that we have, like Kevin. I've been able to reach out and work with the rest of the people like you, Kevin, and the rest of our brothers out there that are working with our communities to make them and shape them to be better, especially starting with the youth, the ones that are going to be the next generation, to make something out of their communities. So that's my main focus. I come from a reservation, so we've been faced with struggles and challenges as Native American people. So the thing is it's not common on the reservation to get out and speak about that, let alone to have education. And I was fortunate to get my degree and be on the Fresno State football team for as long as I did, playing for Pat Hill. And I was once told by one of my former linemen, just like I had an impact on your life, Joe, you had an impact on mine, which gives me all the meaning of staying connected and reaching out and working with each other.
So tell me this. I know you had an opportunity, and it's kind of was ironic how we ended up meeting back up and catching up, but you had an opportunity to go to West Hills and actually speak in front of the whole football team and coaching staff and even an AD. Speak a little bit about your message and what you told those gentlemen.
Basically, my message when I went there, I had thought about this for a while, and it kind of comes back from a little bit of my personal experience and probably yours too. When we're growing up, there's a brand that we familiarize ourselves with, and the brand that I thought about was the logo of Michael Jordan. I held it up. I said, "Hey, do you guys recognize who this is?" Everybody related, and when you're an athlete, you're in sports. You know who's out there. You know those faces. You know the brands. Just like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. It's been around for a long time, and if it's doing good, you know that brand. So basically, when I came in, was pretty much, wherever you're at in life is to brand yourself, just like you and I are doing. We want to create that brand and have that quality product, have that quality service, so that way when you go out and reach to the next person, they know what kind of brand that you have. So it was a pleasure to go out and speak to that young group of men. They're very fine men, and all I could do is give my personal experience and try to push them in the directions they need, given the college background and sports.
Okay, and just a little bit of our past in college and just the obstacles that we have to face. Okay, we had guys from LA, we had guys from Fresno, guys from Crenshaw. Like we had a lot of guys who had a lot of troubles in high school, and I know Coach Pat Hill and the staff and John Baxter and all the great coaches we had to deal with those different things, and I know it made me tough because I was already I wasn't a knucklehead, but I did some things that wasn't right in high school, right. Like all of us go through things. And just talk about like your experiences under Pat Hill's staff.
Well, I know our coaches at that time, if they were dedicated to us, we had to be dedicated to them. So it was showing up on time, whether it be regular spring ball practice, 6 a.m.s, in the morning, all the drills, showing up to your workout training sessions during the week and putting in your work. And most of all, having to balance that schedule out with going to school. I remember it got so tough on me one time that I flat out fell asleep in my books, and by the time I was woke up by my professor, the class was over, so just having that responsibility and coming in as a youth, not really getting that from the areas we come from. Some of the high schools, and I was fortunate to come from a good one. We're just another statistic. But until you get there and you're on your own, nobody's going to push you to do anything, and it's up to you to succeed. And we had that good coaching staff. They wanted us to go somewhere, and they pushed, and they were by our sides to accomplish anything we needed to on our journey.
Yeah. And just to piggyback on that too, like I think that the staff there right now is awesome. I mean, we had our ups and down years also when we played for the Dawgs, and I think every program goes through it. So it's just something, and we're real dogs. We're going to be behind them, and all the way until we can't walk or we're breathing again. But tell me a little bit about the alumni. Like anybody you caught up with lately and talked to lately.
Well, I know as far as the first time I came back is when I was starting, the foundation was starting with Kevin, and we all know, rest in peace to Coach Dan Brown. Mindy and them had a cancer foundation, and that's when Kevin kicked off the Fresno State football alumni. And I remember I didn't RSVP there to that specific dinner that they were having, or that function. And when I got there, I met up with Matt Rivera. He was one of the our running backs, and as well as you. Mm-hmm. And when I got there, I wasn't on the list. And then I had Matt there, and then they was like, well, we don't have you on the list, so they had to go check things out. And when they came back, they made me a ID and everything. And as soon as I hit the door, everyone, Joe Shy, Jordy, and the rest of the guys came up to me, and as well as Kevin, and I didn't even know what I was walking into, because with our alumni association, we have 3 generations, which is Sweeney, Pat Hill, which is us, and then Tim DeRuiter now. So now we don't only get to see the faces that were there before us, faces that we played with, but the faces that are there now. And I still keep in touch with D'Artagnan Shaq, Ray Washington, Cameron Worrell, Steven Spock, just everyone, Joe Fernandez, and Manny, he's from the area in Visalia, Manny Sanchez, and just the local people. In the past year, I ran into Richard Marshall, and on occasion James Sanders. So just the guys that we played with, Awan Dials,
And just to talk about that, all those guys you just named are like guys who actually was a big part of Fresno State football. I mean, these are all great guys. And it's not that they weren't. It's just we all got developed some type of way to where we knew how to face reality once we left Fresno State. Right. And I think that's what happened. I mean, you're a contest to that. Talk a little bit about your tribe and how you grew up, and a little bit about that.
Well, me born in 1983, where we're at, we're in Porterville, California, in Tulare County. I'm from the Tule River Indian Reservation, and when I was growing up, all we had was a government that was mostly ran off of federal government funding. We didn't have a casino, so there wasn't the resources to send kids off to college and school to further their education. We struggled with the limited resources like books and computers and all the technology that the inner cities had. So, when I got to high school, I can't remember within my teenage years to going into high school. From middle school into high school, I think it was somewhere in the 90s, my tribe finally got approved to run gaming and bring in card tables and slot machines, and we started out in mobile home trailers. Believe it or not, we didn't have a built stick structure from the ground up with foundation. So by that time, when gaming hit in my area, a lot of people, that was the entertainment. It brought concerts, it brought comedy shows, it brought NFL players, from different teams. It was a place to go, not only to get food, not only for entertainment, but just to go to socialize and have things to do, because my town where I'm at it's a very small town, and there's not really much offered other than Bakersfield or Fresno, and then the little towns surrounding are usually Tulare and Visalia will bring in.
And what you told me and what I've known from the past, you didn't have much, right? So you had to work for what you had and the resources you had there, correct?
Right. Everything that we had, and coming in, graduating from, I went to Porterville High School, and it was a challenge. I was like another statistic at a public high school in Porterville. I'm not going to mention any names, but there was sports that I didn't excel on. For what reason? There was just too many people to compete against, and I know guys that were supposedly the hot commodity that I played with. And then my junior year, I transferred down to Sherman Indian High School, which is a boarding school, which I lived on my own, did my own laundry. I was in charge of maintenance for a certain group of men. And it was almost like a foster care home, but, we had staff kind of like monitoring us. And for me to do well in my academics, we had the, like Fresno State coaching staff and the academic advisors, they were always there for me and pushed that I got good grades. And that I did well in sports. I lost my composure. That's probably why I didn't have my athletic scholarship. But what they did make sure was I got my education, I got my degree. While in high school, I graduated with 3.71. So that allowed me, and being Native American, allowed me to get into the college system, having such good grades. That's when I chose to walk on. Okay. And I was motivated by some other friends to push me to keep on doing sports. And then from there, my tribe, when I graduated, they had allowed 100% funding to go to any college that you want. And then from there, they also revised their education policy. They want you to start out at JC and stuff like that. But I was fortunate to come out straight out the gate, 17 years old, and go straight to a full ride on an academic scholarship, not knowing that I'd walk on and play Fresno State football with great athletes like you and everyone else that was out there. So.
Well, I just want to say thank you, and your story is awesome, and you're always welcome on my show, and you will be more of you. And I look forward to the future, man, because you just have something about you that glows, and everybody that's around you can see it, okay? So thank you. Appreciate it.
Dwayne. Appreciate that.
We'll be right back with the Dwayne Wright Sports Show.
Pasture-grazed, delicious, nutrient-dense, 100% organic raw milk from Organic Pastures. Visit organicpastures.com or call 1-877-RAW-MILK.
I was an addict, an opiate addict.
Being 3 years clean in October.
I was renewed at the Fresno Rescue Mission. My mom, who does a lot of cooking, has been part of the rescue mission, has been willing to help teach people to make jams and jellies and other food.
The Fresno Rescue Mission,
and I believe that downtown Fresno needs a renewal as well.
Tree of Life Cafe represents new, healthy growth in downtown Fresno. I've seen men and women go through rehab programs. They want to start a new life. And yet when they get out on the street, they find it very difficult to get a job. Nobody will give them a chance. That's what this cafe is designed to do.
You will be like family to us. We will serve you our home-cooked food made with farm-fresh produce that comes from farmers right here in our valley.
We love downtown Fresno.
Sunshine Natural Health in Tulare, California is your source for nature's best remedies. Call Sunshine Natural Health at 559-688-2063 and get healthy.
If you're considering a reverse mortgage in the Central Valley or just want more information, contact Jerry Carmichael. She's experienced and, more important, she's local. Call 559-903-6903. Call Brian Kosick today at 559-977-1976. Protecting you and those you love financially. Make an appointment today.
At Miracle Realty, we've been providing premier professional residential sales and property management in residential and commercial property for years. We manage single-family homes, condominiums, apartment buildings, commercial buildings, office space, and much more. No matter what experience level you have in property management, Miracle Realty strives to make your experience as stress-free as possible. serving Madera and the surrounding areas. We use the latest technology and provide top-notch service. We're a trusted and reliable name in residential sales and property management with the experience to answer any questions or complications that might come up. Give us a call today or visit us online for more information.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Today's NBA updates. We got the Hornets over the 76ers, 58-50. We got the Bulls and the Magic. The Magic beat the Bulls by 10 points. I don't know why, but I'm a Bull fan. We got the Trailblazers and the Celtics. We got the Trailblazers over the Celtics. And lastly, we got the Utah Jazz over the Raptors. As of now, I believe the game is almost over, but we're going to go back to commercial. Next up, we'll have Kevin Jordan for the KYJO Enterprises INC.
Julie Fulcher is the real estate agent for you. Contact Julie Fulcher at WeSellCaliforniaHomes.com or call 559-905-7386.
Selecting for the best employee or boss? Make an informed decision. Learn more at TeamPlayerHR.com.
Are you looking for a home to buy or have a home to sell? Call EVC Homes 559-448-6484 or visit evchomesllc.com. EVC Homes, redeveloping neighborhoods one home at a time.
Here at Central Valley Talk, we've chosen Select Business Systems to provide for our copy, print, and scanning needs. We used to think it was cheaper to purchase our own toner and maintain our own office equipment. But now, with the expertise and experience of Select Business Systems, our office workflow is running at peak performance, saving our company time and money. They've truly set us up with our new sharp multifunction copier, streamlining our office with the press of a button. To find out how you can improve your office technology, call Select Business Systems at 446-0123 or visit their website at selectsharp.com.
Every horse deserves a chance. Contact Foothill Horse Rescue at 559-797-6191 or visit foothillhorserescue.weebly.com.
Flowers and more. Bullard and Marks in Fresno. Call 440-0920 or visit thefresnoflorist.com.
Come help heal mind, spirit, and body. Treat yourself to the healing experience of Reiki. Classes available.
To learn more about Kingston Bay Senior Living, call 559-568-4048 or visit KingstonBayFresno.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're back on the DDGT, Dogs Doing Good Things. Today, we have one of my good friends, one of my good boys, Bulldog. Now he's doing good things in the community, Kevin Jordan. What's up, Kev? How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we had Joe earlier, and we talked a little bit about our experiences as a Bulldog and just how it molded us. And I want you just to elaborate on our experiences when we played for under Pat Hill.
Okay, so, originally in 96, I was the last of the Sweeney recruits. And then I inherited Pat Hill, but at the same time, we play anywhere. We play anybody. I mean, tough nose, hard nose, that's what we were. I mean, we didn't have any softness to us. We didn't have fans. We didn't have benches that warmed us up, anything. No matter what, we played, and we played anybody. And it was great because that attitude is what I have now. We take on anything and we will accomplish anything. I don't know about you, but 1999 was the first time we won a WAC championship in years. And the last time they won one was just in 2012. So it was an honor. Got that championship in 1999.
Okay, good. Well, I never won a championship, but I have plenty of bowl rings, probably 4 or 5 of them. But just a little bit about that. So we talked about, just how we had a lot of guys that circled through Fresno State and how we all became entrepreneurs. And do you think it has to do with just the morale of being a Fresno State athlete, or do you think it has to do with just the Bulldog pride? What do you think?
You know what? I think it's something to do with being a Bulldog athlete. Because when I finished playing and went to Green Bay, I was like, wow, this is just like Fresno, except 10 times, the whole fan base.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when you're in Fresno, it's all Fresno. There's no NFL team or professional team in Fresno or the Central Valley. So it's all Fresno State. And that's what it's all about, the college and all the athletics. Like I said, the Club Red that we do now, the student athlete club for all Fresno State athletics, and what we're doing when I did Bring It Home Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we started Bring It Home Weekend was just because of the brotherhood that all the Bulldogs love to have. And this year, we didn't just have football players going on the field. It was all Bulldog sports.
Yeah.
Because they love to be a part of it, too. Just like I just left for Fresno State basketball right now, talking to all the football players about, hey, what is needed for you to be successful year after you finish your career? What would you need? And everybody said, hey, we need financial literacy. Not in those terms, hey, we don't know how to write checks, hey, we don't know how to do taxes, all those things. You have to mentor those guys. And they see that this is what we're all about, not just having our hand out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's all about. Just any way how you came back to me, doors are open. That's all it's all about, that brotherhood. Without that Bulldog brotherhood, it's nothing. And that's for all sports.
Okay, that's great. Nicely said. So now you're doing big things in the community. You had an opportunity to start your own enterprise. I mean, to help people around the community, like we talked earlier about health. Now it's a whole different dimension to where we're talking about mental aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now talk a little bit about your enterprise.
So the Kaijo Enterprise Incorporated, which is Keeping Youth Journeying Onward, it all came about, after my career came to an end from injury. It was one of those things where I grew up, my dream was just football. I got my degree, did cool in school, but at the same time, I was not focused on that. I wanted to play football. And I tell everybody right now out there, hey, have one more goal in mind than just one, because you never know. My dream came shattered to an end because of injuries. I've had 14 surgeries in my life. But I didn't give up, I didn't quit. But I did fall into depression. I didn't know what it was until I started doing my career now. But what I did, I started to work with at-risk youth in a probation department in San Mateo County. I found my new passion, to help these kids, to mold and help them, guide them where they need to be. What I didn't like is that I cannot talk to them or communicate at all after my shift. So what was the next best thing? All right, I seen a couple people, I knew a couple people that had group homes, and I was like, okay, what if I can add a different spin to that, and add that whole athletic side to it? And that's what I did. And now we started with one group home, and it was a girls. Girls level 12 group home, and they were all CPS. A lot of people told me, for your first group home, you shouldn't do that, but because you're going to fail, you shouldn't do it. Because of course I wanted boys, but I did it anyway, because I still knew I could do it. And lo and behold, we opened our first doors in 2007. Now, 2016, we have 6 group homes, a family foster agency, and also comprehensive behavioral services called Reshape. And so we're still going.
That's awesome, man. And just to piggyback off that again, you said that you started off with one group home, and they told you couldn't do it. Now, I'm just going to go back to the football days to where it makes sense for all you listeners out there. I mean, sports is just something to channel you to prepare you for the business world or real life. And we was always told that from all of our coaches. So that I see your inspiration and where you was going with that.
Because, they told me that even in high school, I was too small to play defensive line in the Pac-10.
Mm-hmm.
I was too small. I mean, some places recruited me for linebacker, believe it or not, linebacker. So I was like, no. Well, with Fresno State, when I first came to Fresno State, I picked Fresno State because I wanted to play defensive end. When I saw that the media guide, I was third string on the depth chart. Going from making All-State, being the first player in your high school to get drafted, not drafted, but going to the
big reality check, right?
What? I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
So that's when my first taste I was about to quit. I slapped myself. I was like, what are you doing? So I did what I needed to do to be on top, be that team player. Even when I moved from defensive line, when Coach Hill took over, to offensive line.
That's a Pat Hill technique.
Yeah. But it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm out of it. Because who knows, would I ever went to the NFL playing defensive line? I don't know. But I wanted to show everyone, no matter what life brings at you, you can still accomplish it. Who's going to stop you but you? You have in your mind that you can do it, you will do it. And that's where we are right now.
That's awesome, man. So before we leave, I just want you to talk about the Big Bang Weekend, okay? Let everyone know about the upcoming events and your processes and what we have coming up.
So, okay, we're getting ready right now, planning for Big Bang Weekend. That's building a new generation. That consists of an entire weekend bringing all the Fresno State players back, all other players that love to give back and help at-risk youth of the community. Not only the college organization, but other community. And our kickoff is a free football clinic at Bulldog Stadium for 500 kids.
Wow.
At Bulldog Stadium. That's a dream come true for 4th to 8th grade?
Yeah.
500.
Yeah.
Wow. For the last 4 years, Rob Golden has been the main host of it, and, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
With all our Bulldog brothers, though. So you'll see the billboards up and everything, so please support this. Please have your kids come out because it's a free event and it is fast-paced, something that you will pay upwards to $200 for per student just to come, and it's free.
Wow. So tell the audience out there how they'll be able to get in touch with you and be able to follow up on the Big Bang.
You can always see updates on our Facebook page at Kaijo Enterprises Incorporated, or also you can look at our website at kyjo.org, or our phone number 559-243-7002, and it will be up there. And this man right here, he's going to be one of the stars of Big Bang Weekend this year.
Appreciate it. So, folks, I want to thank Kevin, and we'll be right back on the Dwayne Wright Sports Show.
Need a dentist? Call Dr. David Wright at 559-222-6213 or visit bitemedental.com. Get solar power for your home. Email Dan Siemens at legacypower.com or call 559-312-5011. Rethink your drink with independent Javita member Christine Levin. Call 559-301-5177 and get healthy and wealthy.
information on author Steve Hammond's Rise of the Penguins saga, visit www.riseofthepenguins.net.
Mike Briggs Properties sells homes in the Tower District and throughout Fresno and the Valley. Did you know we also sell businesses? Why work to build someone else's business when you could build your own? The small businesses we have for sale include restaurants, professional practices, and you can even own your own TV show. This week's featured businesses include an established Pizza by the Slice business in the heart of the Tower District, and also available a laundromat in Van Ness Village. If you are interested in owning a business, call Mike Briggs Properties at 486-6758 and ask for details.
Kissed by the Moon, your cloth, diaper, and natural parenting store. Call 559-231-7101 or visit them online at kissedbythemoon.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back, welcome back. Oh my God, this is my first show, and can you believe I have some great guests, and it's an honor to have them on my show. This segment is called Dog Talk, okay, and it's all about the California Dawgs Community Football Development Organization, okay. So these two gentlemen that's sitting right next to me, all right, we have sitting right in the middle, we have Mark Fugit, all right, he's a very popular man, and I'll read off his statistics and stuff like that. And then we have our main man, I'll call him Ken Blowers. He's here, and we're going to be talking about their Hall of Fame inductee status. I mean, these guys have a combined of 23 years total for coaching, period. I mean, they've been in Clovis coaching and dominating in the semi-pro minor league developmental football stages. I mean, they've been dominant. And they've been developing players to not just play football, but life, period. So let me talk a little bit about Mark's background, okay? So Mark Fugit, okay? He's an owner commissioner for about 10 years as a team owner and head coach with the Clovis Wolves in the WCFA CVFL leagues, okay? This man has won the championship of the Central Valley Football League in 2007. All right. As an owner, he received Owner of the Year in 2007. 2010, he was the Man of the Year of the CVFL. Okay. He retired in 2010. So he comes back because he gets, loves the game so much. He comes back. And then he comes back in 2011, he then established the San Joaquin Valley Football League. Okay. That's 2011. All right. And he was nominated by Dick Seuss class of 2014 to the Minor League Hall of Fame in 2015. All right. And I convinced him to come out of retirement for my organization. So welcome, Mark. And now let's talk about Ken. Thank you. Let's talk about Ken. All right. They have the exact same stats, but I just want to read off Ken. So he's been coaching for over 13 years. I mean, He has 2 championship titles. He's been developing all types of players, and 2 gentlemen that they're going to come on later. We're going to talk on them too. Ken Blowers, I mean, he's been nominated now. Well, he's been promoted to be the head coach for the California Dawgs. So we're going to talk to these gentlemen a little bit. So, Mark, so tell me a little bit about last year and your league and how that went.
Well, we had a successful year. We had, I'm trying to remember how many teams we had in the league last year, from pretty much from Bakersfield to Lodi, all the way over to the San Luis Obispo area too.
Okay.
It went well.
Okay. So, okay, you had the Clovis Wolves, all right, and I know the way back when,
yeah,
and then you went in retirement for a little bit, and tell us a little bit why you came out of retirement this year.
Probably, I would say the most factor of it was just the love of the game. It's hard for me to get away from it. The camaraderie of the players. They taught me everything. I didn't start as a football player in high school. I was mostly into baseball, but when I got involved with the Clovis Wolves, they really taught me the love of the game. And it was hard this year to stay away from it. And once you came calling, and I appreciated that, I wanted to sit back and take my time to see what's going on, and fell in love with it again. So
Okay.
I love the game.
Okay, now we're going to go to your main man, Ken. So, Ken, you've been involved with this for a long, long time. And, you have kids of your own who's now going through high school, and they're going to be going through that transition to go to college. So talk a little about your experiences and what you do and what you offered and gave to the table.
Well, I think I just try to offer stability. I want to make sure the team's flowing in the right direction, and I try and instill a little bit of pride in yourself, and along with the X and O's and getting along good with the players. I really enjoy that a lot.
Okay, and this question is for the both of you. We create a lot of friendships on this level, and we create a lot of enemies also. If there's a message to tell the community out there right now about what they portray as semi-pro and developmental football, what would you tell the audience about the positives about this game?
Well, the way I look at it, the players are extending their dream, and we kind of help them along. There is some negative things that have been said about semi-pro, but I really feel it has a lot to do with who the league you're into, the staff that you're into. It doesn't matter if it's professional or the little guys out there playing. We try to basically bring the integrity into the game. And I think the most important part is it's an entertainment. It's still an entertainment. We like to get the fans out there to watch the games, and it means a lot to us to see the smile on the players' faces doing what they enjoy. And that's what I fell in love with when I started doing this in the first place.
Okay. What about you, Ken?
Well, I think that it's been nice coaching. I've had kids that just didn't play any high school football. I had a player that played for the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl play for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
got hurt his first game.
Got hurt his first game. But you get a wide variety of talent, and you kind of try and have to mesh it together. And you want to try and put a good product out there. You want fans to come because the fans help your team thrive. And if you do it the right way, and if you have the right coaching staff, the right league, Mark's right. You can have a good, successful team, and have a good, successful atmosphere at the games.
Okay, and I know we're playing, the organization I'm talking about is the California Dawgs, folks, but we're playing in Madera High School. Okay, and I know that's our home field, and I know a lot of people. It's about 20 miles away, something like that, but. Tell the audience about the support that we need, the support that the organization needs in the community.
Well, it's very tough to get, number one, sponsorships for teams, for leagues, and the important thing is it's a lot has to do with the players themselves. They need to bring their fan base. The community, we're trying to get some entertainment for them because we're doing the season when it's an off season when it comes to football. So it's a difficult thing. If we break even, be honest with you, we're happy. We're happy.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you this, Ken. So there's a lot of talent floating around in the city of Fresno and Clovis, and give a message out to those who may be watching and don't know how to bridge semi-pro and to make it to the next level.
Well, there have been guys that have played in our leagues. We had one guy that played for one of the teams in the leagues that ended up playing for the Fresno Frenzy, I believe it was, and then he got picked up and played in Canada.
Wow.
There was a guy that I recall that played, that went to the combines, got picked up by the Colts, signed as a free agent, made it all the way to the final cuts. So there are options to go to the next level. If you're coming right out of high school, maybe your grades aren't great, you come out, get developed a little bit, learn a little bit, and then go to college and play ball.
Okay.
So
it's basically what you're saying is the opportunity does not stop. It keeps going and going and going in the developmental stage, and it does not matter where you play. As long as you're playing the game you love, and as long as you're playing for the right organizations, you should be successful, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the Hall of Fame deal, because I'm all geeked up and happy about that. So tell us a little bit about when that is and about the whole festivities.
Well, December they will be having in Las Vegas. It's going to be, I think it's December 3rd. We actually are going to have the California Dawgs go to represent our area. Ken is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. Last year I was inducted into the Hall of Fame. So it's going to be quite a big thing. They do it once a year. They have 3 games. It's quite a party.
Okay.
And we enjoy it. We're going to enjoy it.
Well, I think it's going to be fun. So, Ken, tell me about, how do you feel about being inducted? The Hall of Fame is a big deal. I don't care what level it is. That's a big deal. You're a Hall of Famer.
It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of surreal, I guess.
We won a championship together.
We did.
And if it's in a roundabout way, and I'll not get too mushy about it, but if it wasn't for this man, I wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know the X's and O's. This is my X and O's right here. And I was if some of the players would tell you, I was the jokester on the sidelines. Keep everything loose. I took care of the players, and he took care of the X's and O's. And perfect game plan all the time. So he's the one that deserved to get there first before I actually got there. But, I'm very proud to say that we're going in together.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Well, I just want to thank you guys for joining my show, and you guys are much invited anytime you want to, even though I see you guys every day. But yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with more Dawgs.
Pasture-grazed, delicious, nutrient-dense, 100% organic raw milk from Organic Pastures. Visit organicpastures.com or call 1-877-RAW-MILK.
I was an addict, an opiate addict.
Being 3 years clean in October.
I was renewed at the Fresno Rescue Mission. My mom, who does a lot of cooking, has been part of the rescue mission, has been willing to help teach people to make jams and jellies and other food.
Sa the Fresno Rescue Mission, do tôi có khó lử trong thia giờ ilu yang nhà trong giờ để có bá tàu bé bá tàu có thia ở trong đó.
And I believe that downtown Fresno needs a renewal as well.
Tree of Life Cafe represents new, healthy growth in downtown Fresno. I've seen men and women go through rehab programs. They want to start a new life. And yet when they get out on the street, they find it very difficult to get a job. Nobody will give them a chance. That's what this cafe is designed to do.
You will be like family to us. We will serve you our home-cooked food made with farm-fresh produce that comes from farmers right here in our valley.
We love downtown Fresno.
Sunshine Natural Health in Tulare, California is your source for nature's best remedies. Call Sunshine Natural Health at 559-688-2063 and get healthy.
If you're considering a reverse mortgage in the Central Valley or just want more information, contact Jerry Carmichael. She's experienced and, more important, she's local. Call 559-903-6903. Call Brian Kosick today at 559-977-1976. Protecting you and those you love financially. Make an appointment today.
At Miracle Realty, we've been providing premier professional residential sales and property management in residential and commercial property for years. We manage single-family homes, condominiums, apartment buildings, commercial buildings, office space, and much more. No matter what experience level you have in property management, Miracle Realty strives to make your experience as stress-free as possible. Serving Madera and the surrounding areas, we use the latest technology and provide top-notch service. We're a trusted and reliable name in residential sales and property management with the experience to answer any questions or complications that might come up. Give us a call today or visit us online for more information.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back, folks. It's still Dog Talk, where we talking California dog developmental football right now. So I have 2 out of the 5 of my captains. We're going to be talking about some football, having fun. Right now, they're looking like sardines. They're all tight, and I'm going to have to loosen them up a little bit. But we have Shane Martinez, quarterback, and we have John Flanagan, and he plays center all the way down to the tackle position. How you guys doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing great.
Good. I'm doing okay. I'm doing better now that I see you guys next to me. Yeah. So we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna talk about these guys' personal lives and about their and what they do on a daily basis besides playing football and enjoying what they do. Okay. So we're gonna start off with the O-line because I got to show them some love first because I was gonna do the quarterback, Mr. Pretty Boy. He wanted me to go first, but I'm not gonna go first. But I'm gonna start off with John. So you're from Fresno. So tell us a little bit about your background.
Born in Fresno, grew up in Clovis. I graduated from Buchanan High School in 2001. So won Valley my senior year. Went to Fresno City, wasn't going to play football, I was done. 19 years old, your last guest, Mark and Ken, I saw some of their players walking out of a 7-Eleven. Asked them.
What were you doing there?
I was probably buying a Slurpee. His tackle was about 6'8", 300 pounds. So I asked him what he was doing. He said he played semi-pro football. Asked him where he went. Told me Clovis Wolves. So we checked out a practice. I was hooked.
Yeah.
19 years old, went and played a couple years. Ended up going to play in JC ball at West Hills right after you.
Where's that again?
West Hills Coalinga.
West Hills Coalinga, baby.
Championship Coalinga.
Yeah, okay. All right, you can go ahead now. All right.
I've been playing semi-pro for off and on 14 years now. So it's just, can't give up the game.
Okay, all right, good. So Shane, all right, we're gonna have some fun a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you're a quarterback. Normally the O-line we always go last, and they don't get shown no love. But now I have to go to Mr. Pretty Boy Shane right here. They call him what? What they call him? They call him Superman here.
Yeah.
You see the Clark Kent little swoop right there. But just tell us a little bit about your background and what you do.
Yeah. I went to Hoover High School. I played football there for all 4 years. I was quarterback. We did some good things there. Hoover's not really known to be a powerhouse, but we made the best of it, did a lot of good things out in the community. And after that, I was thinking about going to City. Didn't really work out there. Then I went to Relief for a year and then came back home and felt like playing again. So I started off with Sanger Renegades under Sean Benson, and then after that, I started playing with Coach Ken with the Clovis Titans. That's where I met this guy. And, now I'm here with the California Dogs, man.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
All right. Well, there's a lot that comes with it. And we know most of the time when you guys are not practicing, you're living normal lives, and it's all about having fun on Saturdays and practicing twice a week. But we'll start off with you, John. You're a father, correct?
I am, yes.
So talk a little about that.
I've got a gorgeous 8-year-old daughter. I'm a single dad. Got my daughter I work at Clovis North. I work in a special ed program. I coach varsity football at Clovis North High School. I coach girls softball at Granite Ridge Junior High. My daughter goes to every practice every day. She's in study halls with me. She's in Saturday morning meetings. She's basically the little girl from Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
I mean, and I love it. I mean, she could be around 12-year-old girls or 17-year-old boys. She comes to our practice, 30-year-old men. I mean, some of my best friends are uncles to her. So this game has given me so much. I just want to keep my daughter around it.
Well, we appreciate people like you, man, and it's genuine. You know, it means a lot to not just my organization, but for what you did in the community and your ex-teammates also, because you're now became a role model, you know, and some of these guys, they may not have had the backing or may not have had parents and may not have knew how to take care of a family, and, you know, just recognition to you, man. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your daily life.
Oh, man, I work at a Burger King. So when I'm not at football, I'm usually doing that. But before I even get to work, I make sure I go to the gym. My dad has me running, doing something, throwing passes to my brother. You know, he doesn't catch them all the time, but you know,
it figures.
No, the effort's there. He plays defense, so shout out to him, linebacker. Then after that, man, it's just practice. Well, the days we do have practice, and other than that, I try staying home. That's where I stay grounded around my family. I just enjoy being home with my family, watching movies. My dad can tell you that he's always with the popcorn, but that's basically my life, man.
Okay.
It's work, working out, or either playing football. So
perfect. So if there's one thing you can tell the audience right now about the California Dawgs and the coaching staff and the people that surround us, what would you tell the community?
I mean, it's great. I was done. I was honestly done. I played with the Clovis Wolves, the Central Cal Crusaders. I played down south. I played in Patty LaBelle's football league that was, you know, managed by Terrell Owens. So, I mean, I played with some of the best athletes I've ever seen. I blocked guys in all-star games that were named to NFL rosters 6 months later. Back here, I mean, we've got the talent in Fresno. I've never been on a team, though, where I show up to a Tuesday night practice and we've got 5 coaches, we've got training staff, we've got guys from the gym we have personal memberships to there. If your name wasn't on it, I would have been done this year. I mean, your stamp of approval told me that there's going to be some professionalism in a sport that might not be taken professional all the time. Semi-pro football sometimes gets a bad rap, but where would you rather be than on a football field? You know what I mean? I mean, the frustrations of life, working, family, this and that. You can go out and play a football game 2 hours a night, you know, practice 3 hours on the weekends. What's better than that?
You're right.
Yeah.
So, Shane, what about you?
Oh, well, the reason why I came out is I was a big fan of you growing up. I just had to throw that
Appreciate
out there.
it.
Man, I probably have your autograph somewhere in my house, to be
Appreciate
honest.
it, man.
But to be honest, you know, Flanagan, you know, like he said, he wasn't going to come back. Mark wasn't going to come back. Even Coach Ken wasn't going to come back. So, with that being said, when I heard you were starting a team and you got them on board, knowing that they weren't going to come back and they finally did, that just shows me how much they believe in you and what your vision is and what you want to do with this team. Not only are we playing football, but we're going to give back to the community where it matters, and where we're going to have the opportunity to change people's lives and help them get them in the right direction. And especially if you come out for the team and you've never played before, like, that doesn't really matter. This organization is all about developing people on the field and off the field. So that's what brought me out.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to wrap it up. We have about 2 minutes before the show ends, but before we leave, I just want to give a shout out to the whole staff who's been helping me for my first show. Edgar and Nate and you guys have been really helping me and get this thing off, and we have so much more, you know, to accomplish. And I want to thank the staff of the California Dawgs, from the top all the way to the bottom, for just giving me an opportunity to give back to the community and giving these gentlemen something to work forward to. Okay, so next up on the next show, we're going to give you some updates later, but the next show will be very important, okay, to the fans, because we're going to start talking to the youth of Fresno, and we will be all over Fresno talking to track stars, youth football, and we'll just make sure that they have some notoriety, and we will pick every single kid, if we have to talk to, all right? Because I feel it's very important that the youth get a chance to follow this show, all right? So you can contact us right up on the screen. And
For more information on
I
the
will
show
see you
or to request
next week.
guests, please email us at dwrightsportshow@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter, DWrightSportsShow at DWrightSS411.